it's vicious cycle.
Because, bro, I'm not even gonna lie. I've done it before.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna be here and say no. I've done it before, yeah. And at the same time, bro, it just leaves you with nothing. It's
This is Get Back season, baby.
Yeah.
where you think I'm that guy, you know.
Yeah, because I feel like there's no better feeling of like approaching a woman and like you then get, I don't know, the number, the snap, or whatever you're trying to get. And it's just like that feeling of like, yes.
When I used to do it, got the number, I wouldn't even text her, I'd say to my boy, yo, guess what happened, man? Guess what happened? Next minute I look, it's been 3 days, I ain't even messaged the girl yet.
That's what I'm saying. It's the excitement of knowing that you can get it.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
That's what it is. And I feel like even when it relates to people being in relationships, that's why I feel like a lot of relationships or marriages don't even last anymore because I feel like, especially in this new age, we're so used to dating. You have Tinder, you have all of this stuff.
All them apps and that.
You're, instead of back in the days where you have to actually go out and meet people, conversate. Now it's just as quick as swipe.
Yeah.
So it's like before the ideology of what was based on a relationship is now dismissible because there's not much emphasis put on like a relationship meaning anything anymore. It's more of, okay, quick, you know, like TikTok. Like before we always used to have, I don't know, longer attention spans. And TikTok come along, now you can just about focus for 5 seconds. It's one of those, because you've now set yourself in a certain way, obviously, let's just say to dating, you're meeting new people just like that, you're connecting with people. Eventually, let's just say when it comes to you focusing, I don't know, you're married or you're getting into a relationship, you have to be with that one person now. And I always say, like...
Are you trying to tell me you're not going to get bored every now and then?
You know what it is? Anyone that knows me, even you can vouch for me at work, I've got, I don't even want to label myself as a crackhead, because that just sounds... Bro, you know what? That just sounds like, I got hella energy in it. And I'm always bouncing.
That's me as well, yeah? But say the other person instead might have an off day, or it's not like that. What are you gonna do? Obviously, you cannot bother people, and people do have off days.
You know what? Luckily, with Hannah, she's, I wouldn't say as bad as me. Like, she knows, she's got a very like mature standpoint when it comes to like the craziness like part, But like, she's like fun and energetic, if that makes sense. But I do understand what you mean in the sense of off days, because like, I rarely tend to ever have an off day. Like, I literally wake up and I'm like on cloud 10, like all the time, Whereas like sometimes she's not on that cloud, is it? And then like, I'll be like, what's wrong? Are you good? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, I'm good, but like, it's not that day today. And I'll be just like, 10 seconds later, so you're right. You sure? And I find it hard to like kind of cope with it because as you said, like, not everyone is always on cloud 10.
That's me, same as you, I find it hard to cope with that as well. But that's why you knowing that, oh, I'm just sticking to this person helps. Because instead, if you decide to wander, you're gonna be, oh yeah, you know, it's her day. Allow her. Let me go on here and maybe she's on cloud now as well. Let me just go and chill with her a little bit. Let's vibe a little bit. That's why I'm not necessarily against people talking to 100 people. But I just don't think it's actually good.
It's not good because I feel like it's just about dedicating your time to different things.
Wait, I got bad quotes. Go on. I've got another quote.
It's dedicating your time to different things because, like, for example, like, if I'm at home throughout the day and then, I don't know, Hannah's feeling a type of way and she's, like, not on my cloud 10 that I'm on, I'll just like, you know what, like I can tell you need like your chill time and whatnot. Do what you need to do. So she'll either like paint or she'll like do like filming or whatnot. I'll just go in the living room or I'll go gym or I'll just I'll catch up on either the stuff that I need to catch up on. So whether that's editing podcasts or just working on myself, because I feel like that's the main key that I'm trying to say is, as you said, to time. You're wasting, I wouldn't say wasting time, but you're investing time in so many things that you're not going to get a return investment other from one person, like eventually, I don't know, having a relationship in the sense of when you're self-developing yourself and you're working on your mental, you're working on your financials, you're getting a return on investment, if that makes sense. It's benefiting you in some shape or form. So that's why I always say it's like, when you look at the grand scheme of things, when you just take your time to focus on one thing, it's actually benefiting
100%.
you.
Is it 100%?
100%. Listen to this, So, you cannot find out whether creation is good or evil without being all in on your bet. Just like you cannot be married without saying, I am shackling myself to you and I'm not going to run away no matter what. So we better get to know each other and get along because this is how it's going to be.
It's 100%. Like, literally, when me and Hannah first got together, yeah, it was one of those situations where, one, no one gets together with someone thinking that you're going to split up, yeah. You think it's for the long haul. That's the aim, yeah? So, literally, when we were getting more and more serious and whatnot, those are the questions I had to ask myself. I'm like, hold on. Like,
scary.
Am I going to be able to be with this one person for, like, the next 70 years, 80 years, till whenever God's ready to take me from this place? And those are questions, those are the harsh questions you have to ask yourself.
Did you answer?
And that's the thing. What, did God answer?
No, did you answer yourself?
Yeah, I answered myself because you know what it is.
Big man thing, you know.
Yeah, come on, man. You have to be honest. I had to answer myself and I'm like, hold on. The good thing with me and her, though, was we were really good friends beforehand. So, like, now that obviously she's my fiance, it's like, it's now coincided with, it's like we have two parts to the relationship. It's like we still have that really good friendship side where we can banter, we can play whatever, and chat nonsense to each other, corn each other, you name it. But also we still have that separate time where it's a lot more serious, it's a bit more goal focused, and it's about us, if that makes sense. And I feel like that's why I say you have to know what you're looking for in order to go and find it in a partner. Because that's why I say it's beneficial sometimes to understand dating around, but then also while you're dating around, build a collective of what you're looking for. Because when you get with that person, you don't want to get with a person. Let's just say you're more spontaneous, and now she's more reserved, quiet, and more like planned and focus based. Because then when you get with her, it's probably not gonna last because you'll be thinking to yourself like, I just want to go on holiday tomorrow. I want us to have fun. And she's gonna be like, hold on, can we plan the holiday for 7 months from now? And you're gonna be like, bro, this is dead, fam.
You know what? But at the same time, I feel like I'll add to what you're saying, yeah? I think it's important to find someone as well who wants to go on the same path as you.
Yeah.
I think that's what would actually makes a relationship successful. If she's actually willing the same things that you want. 100%. Or if she doesn't mind you going for what you want, and she actually wants to be your company.
I feel like it's about, since we're mentioning Bible quotes and whatnot, it's about being equally yoked, isn't it? Like the Bible speaks heavily on that as of being equally yoked. And they always say it's like when you get married and whatnot and you become like, you get together with a woman or whatnot, two becomes one, if that makes sense. That's the main part. And I feel like making sure you both have, doesn't have to be a similar career role, but making sure you have the same idea of where you guys want to go in the future, making sure you're both working towards things. Those are good because there's nothing worse than, let's just say, you may be like super productive, working on your future, constant, and she's just a bum laying in bed. She ain't gonna understand. And two, the days when you're feeling bummy and you need someone to push you and motivate you, that's the time where
you're gonna go down to
like she should be able to, I don't know, you guys should be able to bounce off each other. And if that ain't there at home,
it's hard.
You're only gonna sink, if that makes sense. So that's why I say it's like it's super important.
Nah, that's really, really, really important, you know. Otherwise nothing works. Like you realize at a certain point, beauty and everything doesn't matter.
You know what it is? I always say, what do I always say? Flipping out, I forgot. But anyways, I always say, looks attract and personality keeps. Because when you're looking for a woman or whatnot, it's those certain features, her face, her back, her legs, her eyes, whatever it could be, that's gonna attract you, which is cool. But then what's gonna make you stay there, make you want to get to know her, is the personality. As you said, like depending on the energy you guys have, if you click or whatnot. Those are the things that are gonna make you stay within that, like with that person, if that makes sense. So
that makes sense.
It's important.
I've had those instances where chatting to, two girls or when I was a bit younger.
Answered. Just he has to separate that.
Initially, the one girl, she was better looking under eye. Nice looking women. But the personality, I weren't vibing with it. It seems a bit. But I was like, it's very, very good looking. But then I think something just come up. Like, I don't know, my maturity came, even though I was young, like my maturity started to, peak. And then it was like, nah, I want to chat to this girl because I'm getting a better vibe, even though she's a very nice looking girl. But I don't want to sound shallow. The other girl was a bit prettier.
Bro, just say
it was a bit prettier. But I ended up vibing better. It's just about making those choices at the end of the day, like you said. You know what I mean? What was it? Looks
attract, personality keeps. 100%.
Choosing is hard, you know.
Choosing?
It's hard.
Why is it hard? I like to think it's straightforward. Like,
you know what? I feel like, what's the saying? you can't have your cake and eat it all. So you need to realize what you just need to realize you cannot have every woman, so just choose one and stick to that. That's why going back to the red pill, blue pill, yeah. You see some red pill YouTubers say, "Oh, you need to have a rotation, 3-4 women. So if this one messes up, then just call the other one. Just show her that. That's how she's gonna respect you more, because she knows you have choices.
She'll appreciate that you're alpha male and that you don't depend on just one woman.
I don't know. How true do you think this is, though? Do you think a woman respects you more because she knows you have more choices?
Not necessarily, because I feel like she'll end up doing the same thing.
But some women are toxic, because I feel like I've had conversations with like certain women, and they it's like in a candy store where some women actually like guys that know that like other women want.
I think everyone likes that,
Like other women want, and that they know like he has a lot of choices. There's some women that actually likes that type of guy, if that makes sense.
Let me ask you a question though.
Yeah.
I'll just put it on the man's side, It's the same thing as for a man, as you're walking around with a beautiful woman and she's next to you and you're hand in hand with her.
Yeah.
And you're walking next to other people and they're looking at her.
Yeah.
Don't you feel proud?
Yeah. Crazy.
So I feel like it's the same thing if you think about it properly.
Hey, you're flexing.
I've heard in a lyric before.
That's like having a Rolex.
I heard in a lyric before, it was like, what was it now? If he hits my girl, then it means I've got good taste. Like if he takes my girl, it means I've got good taste. But it's like not saying like if someone takes my girl, I'm not gonna be happy. You know what I mean? I'll be sad.
Well, that's the most painful thing.
It's painful. It's painful. Obviously, but I'm saying if someone, like you said, if I'm in town and got my girl, and someone's, you know what I mean, everyone's looking, I'll be like.
Okay. No, I hear it. Like,
that's why you hold the strong, innit? Yeah. That's why the grip becomes firm.
Nah, it's not even a grip becomes firm, but for me, it's like, I don't know, as I just said, like, it's like having a beautiful woman next to you, is literally like having a bust down rollie. Not even a bust down, doesn't even have to be a bust down, having a plain Jane. Nice, elegant, like the value's just there, if that makes sense. Like, there's no better feeling, especially like walking into a room and whatnot, and it's just like you've got like your nice woman right next to you. It's just like you feel like you're on cloud nine, bro.
But you know what? At the same time, I feel like it depends on how confident you're in yourself. Because I'm not even gonna lie. I'll be honest. I've had some instances, where maybe slightly I felt a bit insecure, and maybe I saw some next man, looking all dripped out and everything, and looking at your gun, then you're thinking, is my man gonna steal my gun?
What was it? Man like Jerome. And that.
Jerome.
Man like Jerome.
6'5".
6'5" Jerome.
And then you're thinking, especially if maybe, I don't know, if the car's nice and everything, and let's be honest, we all have eyes in it.
Yeah.
Woman look too. And maybe your girl is preeing back. Then you're thinking, wow, she gone?
Damn, mentally, she could be gone. She could be gone mentally.
But you know what it is? For me, I have a different stance on it. Like, for me, I've always been, was that hybrid introvert, So I'm more silent, whatnot. Okay. But, like, without saying it, like, not in an arrogant way, but I'm like, I wouldn't say cocky, but I'm so confident.
Big man.
But silence.
This man is cocky, let's say. I remember I went for Christmas to Rich's mom's house. Was it Christmas? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think what the Jamaican saying was, move like you can make patty with your shit. Was that it?
Oh, move like your shit can make patty.
That's Richie,
Basically. 100%. You know why? Because I feel like it's one of those situations where, like, for me, I feel like the confidence matters because one, like my mom, when I was growing up, my mom always used to like put that like emphasis on me, like make sure one, always clap for yourself because when the other people stop clapping, who's gonna be clapping for you if that makes sense? So I was very big on that, making sure like I was confident with myself.
I've got another quote.
Jesus Christ. I was quiet, but I was confident. And then like, especially when it comes to women or whatnot, like, for me, if I'm with someone and I know I'm holding myself accountable to the things that I'm meant to do as a man, let's just say, I'm being respectful, I'm treating her good and whatnot, regardless if a next man comes through and he has the clothes, he has the car, whatnot, and we're walking through town and he's eyeing her up, eye her up because at the end of the day, she's still coming home with me. If that makes sense. The only time I guess you should feel the type of way, because I feel like all men know what type of woman they're with. If that makes sense. Like,
but you should know.
Yeah, you should know. If you don't, then you need to get to know. But all men know about what type of woman they're with. So if your woman's a bit more promiscuous and she has an eye, and you can know. Yeah, trust me. And you know, like she's eyeing up other guys and whatnot. Then cool. Maybe if you feel a bit insecure to that, then I can understand. But that's why I say like that it's very important to be confident in yourself.
I'll read my quote, then I ask you a question. So if you're ever tempted to look for outside approval, realize that you have compromised integrity. If you need a witness, be your own.
Yeah, 100%.
You think so?
Yeah.
But aside from that, aside from what you were saying, about your woman being promiscuous or whatever, I feel like every woman looks at someone and we're all attracted to another person. Anyways, as much as we have our own person.
Yeah.
And if that's where it comes, obviously, that's what I always say this, love is a choice.
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe like, oh, you find in love with this person, you don't see any other person, or you don't find
that is attractive. Just naivety, bro.
But how would you deal,
Yeah.
But maybe your girl's not promiscuous.
Yeah.
But let's say she has a would you say long throat? If she
long
sees
throat.
No.
Whoa.
Now, but let's say she prees a bit.
Yeah.
Like she might see my man.
A long neck. Yeah.
She might see someone. She might look back. she might.
I'm thinking all sorts. What?
But she's not gonna act up on it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But even maybe you might see them clock eyes. How would you feel?
No, hold on. In the short period of time, I had long throat, long neck, now cock eyes.
Now clock
eyes. Awesome. But anyway, so how would I feel if she's like that type of woman?
Yeah.
Or whatnot? Obviously, like, for me, like...
First of all, let me ask the first question.
Yeah.
Would you address it to her?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. You know what it is?
Don't you think it goes against the alpha male type? Don't you think let's say you're balling out because you've seen her looking at
But
other
I feel
guys?
like what alpha male is like, it's not about balling. You bringing up the situation, it's not that you're balling about it. Mm-hmm. But I feel like, if anything, it's like you're showing your dominance to her in the sense of...
How's that dominance?
You're showing her and say, look, you're doing this. I do not like it. Can you change it?
Yo, I've had this...
I feel like that's a good thing to be able to acknowledge that, at least speak to your woman and say, look, you're doing this. I don't like it. Make sure, can you change it? Or... I'm gonna feel this way.
You know what? I've done it before in a previous relationship, where you know what? I actually felt a bit, let's say, ashamed. Back up, thinking about it back now.
Yeah.
Because I remember it was a setting. Yeah, there were people and everything, and it was a club.
Yeah.
And bro, I saw her maybe next man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a club. It's a section. Everyone's looking around, innit?
Yeah.
But I felt like it was a bit more. It was a bit too frequent.
Yeah.
And my emotions got the best of me.
Nah, frequency. So like, for example, like with me and Hannah, we always have this thing where when we always commute, like we have the maddest conversations. I feel like that's why I always say like I love how we have that friendship vibe and the relationship vibe, because we'll ask each other and we'll always acknowledge this from the start. And we say like, look, when it comes to eyes and having a look at someone, we're all human. We all have damn eyes. There's beautiful people out in this world where you may have someone beautiful, but there's always someone more beautiful than that person. True. Regardless if you want to admit it or not. So it's one of those things. It's just how you conduct yourself and how that other person conducts herself. Yeah. If Hannah was meant to look at, like, she's not going to blatantly look at another guy and be like, oh, check him out over there, or whatnot. But let's just say, I don't know, she likes what he's wearing or whatnot. Yeah. She'll point it out to me and be like, oh, babe, like, you know, like, look at his, like, jacket or look at his thing. It's quite neat. Me as a guy, I'm confident enough to be like, oh, yeah, he's got a neat jacket. Yeah. And vice versa. She's confident as well as a woman. Like, you know how us guys, we love to look at back. Let's not lie, fam. We all love to look at back. We all love to do it on the sly. When your missus not there, you're there cutting one eye, cutting that eye. From like with me, and her,
get it
exactly. With me and her, it's more of a situation where, because we've had such like open conversations, we're able to have that conversation where she's like, I could be walking in town, like with me and her, and I don't know, there's a beautiful woman. She'll point her out to me. She's like, oh, babe, look at that woman. She's actually very beautiful, don't you think?
Do you think it's a defense mechanism from her trying to catch you out because she knows you're going to look?
She knows I'm going to probably look anyways, because she knows how I am, if that makes sense. Yeah. She knows exactly how I am, because I've never once hid like a certain side for me. What you see with me is what you get. Doesn't matter. You can place me in any single friendship group.
You know what?
How I act is exactly the same.
You know what's crazy?
What?
To be with a yard man and think that he's not gonna look at a woman.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Whereas she will point it out and be like, "Oh, babe, that girl's very pretty," or whatnot. Or like she's got a nice shape. Like she's confident within herself enough where she can hold that part, if that makes sense. So what was the point that we were trying to make before I lose myself here?
How'd you call it? If you catch the person out looking maybe one or more times.
But there's a certain boundary that you don't cross, because like let's just say we're walking and like she's looking at a guy again. And then again, the guy's clocking her. She's looking at a guy. I'm
smiling
like,
and all of that.
Also, so I'm gonna be like, bro,
what's going on?
Am I a waste man? Like, Hannah even has this thing. Like, that's why I say, like, you have to make sure who you're with, like, especially when you're taking them serious. Exactly. Like, we could be in the car, and you know when you pull up to a stoplight with someone, or whatnot. Let's just say there's a nice car that pulls up, or whatnot. Like, she even hates like looking at the car too much, if that makes sense, because she doesn't want to give the next person satisfaction to make them think, oh yeah, she was checking me out, if that makes sense. So it all goes down to the type of woman that you're with. And I feel like that's where I always say, like, now, like, even though I'm saying I'll try not to say gyal, like, that's the difference between a gyal and a woman, if that makes sense. Because a woman's going to be more attentive, more mature in the way she acts. Just because someone's looking at her that may be well-dressed, well put together, well dressed, and I don't know, has a nice car. Like, a woman's not gonna be phased by all of those things.
Brother,
and be like, yeah, that's all.
Let me ask you a question though.
Yeah.
Do you think in that case you blocking a natural instinct?
Mm-hmm. What do you mean blocking?
Because you're blocking. Let's say she having to act in a certain way, and obviously knowing that it might make you feel some type of way. Mm-hmm. Do you think in any type of form you're restricting her?
No, but these are conversations. That's what I'm trying to say. It's down to the woman that you're with. These conversations are how she acts. I never had to have that conversation with her. Like, I never had a conversation with her and said, oh, babe, I don't like the way you look at these people, or I don't want you turning around to cars when we pull up at the traffic lights. Those are never conversations. It was just her. Like, she'll just actually have the conversation. Like, I would, if anything, I'm looking more than her. Because I'm like, oh, no, who's that? Or what car is that? Because I love cars, innit? And she'd be like, oh, like, stop looking. I'm like, why? And she's like, don't give them person a satisfaction. And then she'll explain to me, the little things that she does that I may not notice. And I'm like, oh, wow, like, I didn't realize that you're doing this with this type of intention. So I feel like it depends. If you have to address it and you have to be going over and over, maybe question who you're with, if that makes sense. Because I understand there's no rule book to relationships, but surely if you like someone or you love someone or whatever it is, or you're taking things serious, there's a certain way that you need to conduct yourself.
Of course. Let me ask you a question though, Nati. Do you think, addressing it, same question I asked Richie, makes you weak?
It just makes you... It makes you comfortable in the relationship.
You think it makes you comfortable? Don't you think it makes you weak in front of her? Do you think...
You're playing devil's advocate.
I'm asking questions.
If I keep on asking her, oh, stop.
Yeah.
Nah, I just think because it'll intertwine with what Rich said. Maybe if she keeps on doing it, maybe you have to have a conversation. Like, are you with the right person? But I'm looking at it now as if she keeps on looking at people when we're together, if she goes out on night out with
by herself, what's gonna happen?
It's gonna be a madness.
Man, like Jerome's gonna turn up.
6 gonna be rubbing sounds like raw. That is not there, raw. I'm having a field day today, but I just think you just have to be comfortable, and you know what I mean. It works both ways. Same with us guys. If they're gonna obviously ask those questions with us, but obviously the female's gonna ask us the questions. But I just feel like it's being comfortable in yourself in the relationship. Obviously knowing the person you're with.
You know what? I hear that. I'm going to ask you a question. Last question then.
Yeah.
Because most women, actually do love attention. And some of them, actually do love getting attention from people, but they might not act upon it and do nothing. How would you feel about that?
What do you mean?
Say, that's by God's grace, that's not Hannah.
Yeah.
But they say Hannah was a woman that actually loved attention. Maybe she got out, she likes talking to everyone, talks to people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Would it make you feel some type of way?
Nah, but she is that person. But like, nah, she is that person. Like, she's a very like talkative and sociable person. Like, she's a lot more sociable than I am, if that makes sense. So like, I know like when she goes out, like even prime example could be at work. I know she's gonna talk to different people.
Oh, that's normal.
But however, she's very big on boundaries, if that makes sense. Yeah. She's never ever gonna make a next man feel like he's in there or has an opportunity. She's very polite enough to have a conversation. Like, let's just say he approaches her. Like, I've been there where I've been like at her workplace and I'm chilling in the bar area or whatnot. Like, I'm not even making myself acknowledged or known and saying, hey, I'm her man, whatever. I'm saying next man move to her and whatnot. I don't need to be that weird guy and be like, yo, bro, big man. Like, that's weird. Like, for me, she's very capable of handling her own to be like, set that certain boundary, have that conversation until the point where he goes, oh, can I have your number? Can I do this? Oh, sorry, like, I've got a fiance or I'm taken or whatnot. And it's up to that guy to remove himself. So if he gets to a stage where he can't handle that and he keeps persisting, then I will step in, if that makes sense.
So what do you feel, there's a line, where do you notice the line between flirting and just having a normal conversation?
I don't know.
Because if I'm moving to a girl, obviously I'm gonna bust a line or two and try and make her smile or whatever.
Yeah.
To try and slide.
You may just be a funny guy. If you're a funny guy, you're a funny guy, innit? Like, have the conversation.
So if you're from far, you see her, you're gonna be calm with it.
You know what it is? It's
Big man, yes or no?
It depends. Of course, I'm gonna speak to her after. I'm gonna speak to her afterwards and be like, bro, like you were laughing. Like, what was he like? Yeah, what comedian in town. What was so funny? And then like obviously she'll probably explain to me and be like, oh yeah, he was telling me this or telling me that. But I rarely ever feel like either insecure to that point where I feel like, like I feel deflated or I feel like I have to question her, because we just both have a mutual understanding. There's a lot of things that are kind of unspoken boundaries, like we just get and understand, if that makes sense. But I feel like in general, it's just one of those things where like confidence plays a huge play in it, which I feel is important. And yeah, it's just how you conduct yourself. So literally like bringing everything together, all you people that are invested in these red pill, blue pill spaces and private chats, allow that. Get outside, go meet women and speak face to face. Trial and error. That's literally all it is. But
that's what I was going to say earlier. Trial and error. Yeah.
From this conversation, you know what it is? Aside from trial and error and focus on the other person.
Yeah.
What actually I think was valuable here is realizing that for the relationship to go well, it lies in you.
100%. 100%. But on that note, it's been Get Back season. Another episode in the bag. And we'll catch you guys next week. If you guys liked this conversation, you like our content, you like what we put out, obviously make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you comment down below if you disagree or agree with certain points. And then even if you just mess with us on a daily, click that notification bell. I never thought I'd be saying all of this, but make sure click that notification bell, keep in tune, follow us on the Instagram and all of those good stuff. But in the meantime, stay good, stay blessed, and take care.
Make sure you take action. Mama had the script, you know.
This is Get Back season, baby.